Hi, y'all. I hope you're doing so well. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Lindsay. I'm an entrepreneur. I offer some amazing resources if you are ready to get started with affiliate marketing and learning how to do it with high ticket items, as well as my latest creation, which is a money manifestation vortex. It's a 10-step guide so I can guide you to your own magic and your own blueprint to attract more abundance into your life. You'll find all of that information in the description box below, as well as my about section, and anything else about self-development and manifestation you're going to find in my videos. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started with today's video, which I'm super excited about because I want to focus on the funness of manifestation, because I think that there is so much information out there when it comes to manifestation, and we can get into the science of it and all of that. And of course, I love that content and make that as well. But for this one, and really in a lot of my videos, I really want to focus on why it's fun and how it can be fun. I think that we can get intimidated by a lot of the information that's out there right now. And I just want to share with you some of the fun ways that I build on my own manifestation skills, and hope that you can either try these ones out for yourself or that it inspires new ones for you that you make up for yourself. I really think that manifestation, as magical as it really is a learned skill, but it is also so magical and so fun, and that really is the point of it. And I really want to help you create a manifestation foundation in general that is really, really fun. And then when you have that and that's established and you're having fun with it, you can then manifest in detail from that place. And you can also manifest the bigger things in a much easier way. It's easier to let go of because you're really just having fun, and also you've connected to your inner child. Your inner child is extremely magical and just dying to come out, and it's your inner child really that can do just wildly incredible things once we get comfortable with manifestation. So I'm just going to share with you some examples, and again, I hope it inspires new ones for yourself, or you can start out using mine, whatever you're comfortable with. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so again, I want manifestation to be fun for you, because when it's fun, it's going to really stick, which again is going to translate into your bigger desires and your bigger manifestations, and it's going to become a part of your natural being. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this all the time. If you want a new personal reality, you have to create a new personality, which is how you think, feel, and act. And if you're having fun in the process, you are going to have a much easier time. You're going to be so much more connected to yourself, your desires. You're going to feel safer in doing so. You're going to see how magical you really are and how much you have your own blueprint to this stuff. So I made a little list, so bear with me as I go through this with y'all. And again, you can use mine, or it may inspire you to create some of your own. So these are just some of the ways that I practice manifestation on a daily basis. And I want to mention too that when you're having fun with it and you're practicing it daily and just with fun, kind of like ordinary tasks that you can make into something magical, it raises your vibration. And we also know that the universe responds to us based on our vibration and our frequency, which of course is the main ingredient to pulling in our manifestations, right? That's how the universe speaks to us. So one of the ways that I really like to practice manifestation for an ordinary task is every single time I go to the store. And so some of the ways I like to do this is, for example, I always say what color clothes I want to see on someone as they're walking in. And I do want to mention I do go to the store kind of at more off times, because it like it's just easier for me. I feel like I can make it fun and less stressful. But again, if you go at busier times, you can still do this just to get more specific with it. So for example, and one I've been doing lately, every time I go to the store, I always say, I want to see someone wearing all white when I go in, because that's a bit more out of the ordinary. But again, you can still start as small as, I just want to see someone wearing a purple shirt when I walk in. Okay, it's gonna work. You have to believe me. And it is so fun, and it just blows your mind every time. And again, it makes your inner child so happy, and it makes you feel as magical as you really are. So that's been one that I've been working with quite a bit. And it's usually an all white jumpsuit, so that way it stands out to me just a little bit more. And always is like bright white. It's just been really fun for me lately because it really does come through all the way for me. And the other one that I like to do is balloons. That's been something that my guides in particular have given to me as a sign. I get it quite a bit in meditation, and so it's been very symbolic for celebration for me, and the fact that I've just connected with them so well, I'm able to use that as a sign. And so I always say that I want to see someone buying balloons, and when I really want to get creative, I will say I want to see somebody buying balloons with animals on them. So those are just some of the ones that I've been doing as far as when I go to the store. And some of the other ones that I do are when I go for a walk, for example. I either go for a walk or a run every single day. And one of the ones that I did recently was say that I want to see purple flowers while I'm out for a walk. And I knew that I was going to be on a route in particular where I had never seen purple flowers before. And so again, I made it special for myself and a bit more of a challenge. And I'm always like, I just want to see if I can do it. It makes it fun. And that's very childlike too, isn't it? And that is really how like kids live in the world too. And we can learn so much from that thinking. I really do draw from that quite a bit. And so I ended up running into somebody that I knew, and it kind of took me on a detour because I kind of wanted to be left alone that day, to be totally honest with you. And so again, it was just kind of a detour, but then where I ended up going, I stopped and there was like just some trash that I picked up. And when I knelt down and like around this rock, there were all these purple flowers planted, and I just burst out laughing. It made me so happy. And so, again, it was like just kind of those things that gave me the inspiration for this video. And another one that I've done when I go for a walk or a run is say I want to see a particular bird. And so recently I've been asking the universe to show me something that's different, not like a crow or a raven or some of the ones that I do see and speak to me quite a bit. But for this one in particular, I was like, I want to see a white bird, a big white bird, like a heron. And that same day, I was like, I want to see a big white bird. And that's exactly what I got. It was incredible. I just was walking along and looked up and I saw this really big white heron, or I thought it was a heron. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. But it was a big white bird nonetheless, and it was just flying off into the sunset. It was absolutely gorgeous and such a confirmation for me. Another way that I really like to practice manifesting in a fun way is when I'm out and about and driving. I always set the intention before I go out that I say I want to see my dream truck while I am driving around. And without a doubt, I always see pretty much the exact image that I have in my mind because I am truly projecting it outwardly and believing in it, most importantly. Or I see something extremely similar. And another one that I do is I say I want to see moving trucks, and it's pretty typical that when you're out and about, you'll see one or two. And so, of course, I ask to be bombarded with moving trucks while I am driving around. And sure enough, it happens every single time. And I also want to mention that if you want to make it a bit more spiritual, I do work with Archangel Michael a lot, and so I will ask him to give me signs, and he's often related to the color blue. And so lately, he's just been really spoiling me when I go out and run my errands. And it's not just, your typical blue car that you see, it'll be many shades of blue, lots of electric blue, and it'll be like every other car, and like, again, like not your typical blue cars. He really spoils me in that way. But I think it's just the universe more than meeting me halfway, because not only am I believing in it, but I'm asking for it, and from a place of genuinity and, again, belief, which is so important to the universe. I mean, they just love to see that, and you really get spoiled by signs when you believe and ask. And so that's just one of the ways that I like to practice while I am driving around. But I want to get into this next one. This is a really fun one, and a bit more along the lines of Neville Goddard, if you're familiar, and kind of that unity consciousness type of thing. And so what you do is practice manifesting a phone call or a text from someone. And I wanted to get creative with it and focus on someone that I hadn't heard from in a really long time, but that energy was very much there. And, we just we just adored each other like right away, and really shared such a similar energetic signature. And so I hadn't spoken to this person since last summer. And so I focused heavily on this person. I wanted to manifest a text from them. I also want to mention that I wasn't even sure if this person had my phone number or not. So I wanted to make it a little bit more creative and a bit more of a challenge for me. So again, I focused heavily on this person. I manifested a text message from them, and sure enough, within 48 hours, this person reached out to me, and I kid you not, I really could not make this up if I tried. Their text even said, "I have no idea what made me think about you, but I miss you." I mean, I was blown away. Again, it just reaffirmed my manifestation skills, and it reaffirmed the funness of it too. And it really helped me reconnect to someone that I really adored meeting as well. So the phone call and the text one is really, really a fun and a cool one, and I super encourage this one in particular. And the last one that I want to mention is that you can also use social media, because the thing is if it's in your consciousness, it's probably popping up on something that you do regularly, which for many of us is social media a lot. And so I also work with animal guides quite a bit. I've always been a huge animal lover and extremely connected to animals, and have some really, really cool stories, and have saved some really different animals also, like wild animals. So if y'all are interested in those stories, let me know. I can certainly get into some of that, and I love those stories as well. But so I've been kind of working with that too, and I've been having some different animals like kind of come into my consciousness recently. I am kind of the like popular loner, I guess you would say. I'm not shy at all, but I very much like my privacy and my alone time, and I'm very protective of my energy, and am certainly a lone wolf. If you know me, you know that I am a lone wolf. And so I've been manifesting seeing that a bit more, and seeing if it'll pop up on my social media. And recently I have been having all of these shorts pop up of these people that actually have wolves as pets. And so that's been a really, really fun one for me as well. So I really, really hope that these helped y'all and kind of gave you some ones to start from, some ideas, or even gave you inspiration to come up with your own fun ways to make manifestation just a bit more exciting, a bit more for your inner child. And if y'all think about it, please do come back here and put in the comments what you've come up with for yourself. I love the inspiration and sharing and just connecting with y'all. And if my energy resonates with yours, please do consider liking and subscribing. I would love to have you. And I'm just so grateful for each and every one of y'all. I love y'all so much. I am sending you so much love and light and protection and encouragement on your journey. And I will see y'all in the next video, okay? Take care.